this moment. When people talk about the law of manifestation, I actually think that they're talking about something far away or mystical, or that I need to learn some magic spell or say something in front of the mirror every single day. Look, I'm a real person, and the only reason when I was a young man in high school using my mirror was to memorize what I needed to do so I could get a higher score because I did not have the paper in front of me, impressing the teachers very easily. That was the only reason I used it. And I gained a superpower called not being afraid of speaking in front of a crowd, especially one that could tear you down with arguments, facts, and even your own personal history. So, you know what I did after reading and studying and watching movies and videos on regarding the law of manifestation? I took ownership into my own hands. Yes, it is true that your energy matters, but it's more important to actually do something with what you have, where you are, and what you're getting at than just sitting on and wishing upon a star to wait for a job to fall from the sky. No, I did speak with my teacher, which actually had that situation. She literally was sitting on her chair in her house, and she was called to get a job to become a teacher at my school. But not always it happens like that. We have to be realistic. So, rule number one of the law of manifestation: what is it that you want? Write it down in understandable words. I want to earn, let's say, $5,000 a month. What are you doing? Do you have a degree? And even if you don't have one, are you studying something for free or paid that pays that much? Have you chat GPT at least about it? Have you attempted to learn something that you don't currently know? Maybe something you actually don't like, but that you know that makes money. Because let's be real, not everything in life you are going to find what you want that makes money. I currently have a job that I like, but I could be doing better. But you know what? I'm preparing myself. I'm studying. I'm learning. I'm reading books. There was a day that I had an emergency, and out of desperation, I wanted answers to my problems. What did I do? I went into information overload. Hi, Master Pro. So the reason of this conversation is on regards of what do you need to do to use the law of manifestation in your life, being realistic, not just mumbo jumbo, magic, or whatever. Write down what you want. If you want to earn $5,000, look up in Google, ChatGPT, whatever AI are you using. Make a list of the top 25 most easy to get a job around $5,000 entry level that you don't need a degree on the university. Start learning those skills, create a CV. And there have been people on YouTube, way more famous than I am, that have achieved what they wanted. And they had to send literally more than 1,000 CVs and not giving up for months while having a job that barely pays them to eat bread and water. But they stopped complaining. They wanted to actually do something with their life, and they knew that life was beyond frying pans at a multi-million-dollar company that pays you barely the hour in order for you to survive and not live. So we have to learn about that ourselves. I'm currently working, this is my lunchtime, but I decided that I wanted to share something that I have been paying money for because, yes, the book called The Compound Effect, found on Amazon, $12. I did not have the money for that. What did I do? I found it in audio. I heard the whole thing. Although that is not legal, at least I tried. And when I have the money, I promise I'm gonna buy the book. I'm gonna talk about it. And this will be a fun joke years ago in the future. Well, I will say, did you know that when I did not have 12 meager dollars to buy a book in Amazon, I had to find a free audiobook? Although illegal, I did invest in this person. The only thing that I can tell you about this book without giving any spoilers is if you can take something from that book, The Compound Effect from Darren Hardy, is you are ultimately responsible for your own results. If something is to blame, you are the one to blame. If something is to applaud, you are the one to applaud. But ultimately, you are responsible of how you react to your environment. So you have to create an environment, not necessarily with money, not necessarily spending $10,000 in technological specs that you might not know how to use your phone. Your phone is the most powerful tool on earth that drains your time, but others use to make money. Even if it is on a joke skit, like many people. If you investigate how did Mr. Beast became Mr. Beast, we are about the same age, but his mother gave him an ultimatum, or go to the university, which he hated but went anyways, or edit videos on YouTube until hitting it. And he eventually became viral. But he practiced so much for so many years, lying to his mother about going to college, but actually staying 8 to 10 hours making and editing videos on YouTube, earning $20 a month or so until he get hit with the viral. First thing he got was a $5,000 ad. And he said, give me $10,000 and I will give it for free. And he became even more viral. And what did he do when he finally became famous? He went and made a video with his mother, paying the whole debt on her house. But he started small. Nobody was there. There was no YouTube guru who taught him how to do what. But now he is the one getting asked to do YouTube guru coaching. And what did he do? He gave it for free. He doesn't charge you for that. But he has a dream. He attempted. He adjusted his plan. And that is the law of manifestation number one that I want to close in. One, be realistic. The law of manifestation applies practical logic. And that means be, in one word, common sense. Write what you want. Make a plan. Investigate. Create steps. If it didn't work in one step, modify it and try again differently. But the moment you keep changing strategy up to a certain point, you will not see results. But eventually, long enough, maybe 5 years in, the main goal of earning $5,000, you are gonna be earning 4,000. But you're not there, but you're getting there. And that's the point. My coach, which I have paid already more than $1,000 in the span of 2 to 3 years, has told me that. And I have bought his books and I've read 2 books of him. By the way, the reference, he's in Spanish, so I don't think that would be a good reference for you. But I have another coach from the United States, which is very famous, Alex Hormozy. I watch his videos. I haven't bought his book, but the videos that he makes on a daily basis have motivated me enough to focus on one thing, because that was another thing. I was focusing on all social media at the same time, but the highest paid one, YouTube. Oh, but I was focusing on spending 1 hour, one video on TikTok a day for something productive, because I did not want to become, making money out of making people smile. It is a good business, but that's not just, I don't see myself on it. I see myself actually teaching you how to fish, how to create a goal, how to have meaning, despite whatever situation you were born in. People see me in this life and people think that I'm successful. I came from mommy and daddy, high income. No, nothing of the sort. I am a divorced child. When I was 1 year, 3 months old, my parents were already divorced before they got married, and divorced after they made me. And my father got divorced a third time, and my mother got widowed, and everybody had their situation. Am I going to let that hinder from progressing? No, I'm going to use that as a leverage, because I already know the wrong things that they did and what I don't want in my life. I have 7 years of marriage. I can actually give marriage advice for single males and for single women. And the number one thing is I manifested what I wanted. I wrote down what do I want in a wife, but what do I need to give to earn such a level of a wife. I said I wanted a girl that worked and studied at the university, and I was going to offer what I was looking for. I wanted a high standard woman that matched my potential of growth. I wanted somebody to grow with. I didn't want a roommate, which benefits, because that is easy eventually. But do you really want to compromise your heart to see another woman with your child with another man? Because it was convenient for you, emotionally speaking, at the moment. No, that's not the real thing. Thank you, Master Pro. I will be working on more lives, both in English and in Spanish, giving out free information and suggesting videos and books that I'm being constantly studying for you to have a reference to. Remember, a kingdom is never built in one day, but you can destroy a kingdom in one day. See you soon.